Don't spend too much time at your neighbor's house. Otherwise, they'll get fed up with you and they will hate you. That's what the Bible says in the book of Proverbs. It's a very interesting proverb. It's packed with wisdom. And what's most fascinating about this is that it gives us this idea of not overstaying your welcome. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about not overstaying your welcome. Let me say it again. Don't overstay your welcome. And the idea of not overstaying your welcome implies that at one point you were welcome. At one point you were supposed to be here. You were welcome to be here. And so if you have me over at your house, at first I will be welcome. And then there will come a point where I'm staying too long and it's time for me to go. It is time for me to go to my own place because I was never meant to come and live here. And now I'm staying here. I have stayed as long as one who is intentional, or rather has the intention of living here. Don't overstay your welcome. The interesting thing about not overstaying your welcome is that when you overstay your welcome, it creates opportunity for things to start going wrong. Things can start going wrong when you overstay your welcome, and when that happens, you will think that people are finally showing you their true colors, but they're not showing you their true colors. It's just that you overstayed your welcome. You were supposed to be here at one point. We welcomed you at one point, but you stayed too long. It's not that we hate you. It's not that we don't like you. It's not that we were pretending to just tolerate you. It is that you stayed so long that we went past the point where you were welcome, and then we were just tolerating you, and now you are just intolerable and you have to go. You ever been there before? Now, I'm going to throw a curveball at you because I'm not just talking about you staying at people's houses. Although perhaps you need to just cut back on the staying at people's houses for too long. But I want to talk specifically about seasons of your life. The Bible tells us that there is a season for everything. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, we see the contrast of life. Life has a season for birth and a season for death, a season for war and a season for peace. Right? A time to laugh and a time to cry, a time to celebrate, a time to mourn. There is a season for everything, and sometimes we have the tendency of overstaying in seasons. We have a tendency of overstaying our welcome in certain seasons. I'll give you this example. I love camping. One of my favorite things to do is camp when I'm trying to just have some leisure time. And the one thing I love about camping is that I'm gonna be going home soon. That's why camping is so amazing. The only reason why I enjoy camping is because I know I'm not here to stay. I will soon be going home. So even as I set up my tent, even as I have to sleep on the floor and sleep in inconvenient places, even as I have to go do my business in the trees, I know that soon I'll be going home. And so I'm willing to endure it. I'm willing to stay. But if I should stay in a camping environment longer than I was supposed to be there, I will start to get irritated. I will start to feel like I don't belong here. Could it be that you are depressed with your situation because you were not supposed to stay there for as long as you have? Could it be that you now hate your job even though you celebrated it in the beginning because you were not supposed to stay as long as you have stayed? Could it be that you keep on fighting with your parents at home and you are not getting along because you are way past the age of staying at home and it is time for you to go? Could it be that you have overstayed your welcome? Could it be that you and your boss in that company keep on fighting, you keep on clashing with everyone around you because you have overstayed your season and it is now time for you to start your own business or perhaps to go on to a higher position, a higher level? Could it be that you have overstayed your welcome and now your season is unpleasant, it's unbearable? You can remember a time when you used to enjoy it. You can remember a time when you celebrated the job that you got. You can remember the time when you celebrated the little apartment you have. the house that you have. And then at one point, you have this restless feeling within you because you know that you are not supposed to stay in one place. You're a human being. You are meant to grow. You are meant to expand. You are meant to be productive. And anytime that you stay in one place for too long, you start to overstay your welcome and you will be frustrated. You will even end up depressed by your situation simply because you were not supposed to be there for so long. You were supposed to pass through and go to the next season. You were supposed to celebrate for a moment and then move on to the next thing. Or perhaps you were supposed to mourn and then move on. You were supposed to cry about it and then move on. But you have stayed for so long that you have overstayed your welcome. And now, even though people want to tell you that it's okay to cry, it's no longer okay to cry. It's no longer okay for you to have a pity party because you have overstayed your welcome in that place and it's time to move on. Could it be that you have overstayed your welcome? There are certain people in your life with whom you've overstayed your welcome. And now things have to end in a bitter way, even though they could have ended amicably. So I'm asking you this question. Are you overstaying your welcome where you are right now? Are you perhaps frustrated with where you are because you have stayed for longer than you were supposed to stay? Do not overstay your welcome.
When you change your thoughts, you change your life. This is Thoughts That Count with Poloko.